Everybody, my name's Elijah. I'm here with another episode of Elijah Plays Minecraft. Today we're back on the Diamondfire server. I'm going to be doing a top 10 list of the coolest, most useful features added in 5.2. This is not including any code block changes, like any new actions or anything like that. This is just going to be features that are being added. So, let's get into it. So, coming in at number 10 is going to be the is hidden tags. So basically what I'm saying here, let me get some example stuff going on here. So if I have a event and then I have a function, let's just call this yes. So this function is called yes. And then let's say this function, I'm only ever going to call like one time ever in my code. This is like one time use. So I'm calling this function yes. And now forever, no matter how many freaking functions I call later, this is going to be a slot in my functions menu. Let's say I literally have so many functions that I'm getting to the point where I'm shuffling through functions or looking through functions trying to find the next one. This one's in the way. So instead, what I can do is go to here and I can say is hidden and I can set that to true. And now if I go into set another function, that one's not going to be in there. Now coming in at number 9 is the new reference book change. It's got a huge overhaul and let's get right into it. So the color code's kind of all the same there. Now here they've updated a lot of this stuff. They got rid of %player because %player is bad coding practices, so they've got rid of a lot of that. They've added some newer stuff that wasn't in the old one. I'm not really going to go into any detail on these, but they've added stuff. They've added things like the new %index and all kinds of other stuff. They've added music notes, which is extremely useful to me. So because I'm not very good with the music notes, but it will give you a little list here. And I don't even know what octave, I don't even know any of that stuff, but either way it's there, so if you ever need it for reference, this book will now have that in there. All kinds of different information that could be useful to new players or maybe even some old ones. I don't know, most of those probably won't be, but either way. And yeah, it's been redone by these two right here and it looks a lot better now. It's more updated obviously and it's great. So coming at number, 8? Yeah, number 8 is the ability to right-click on the stone that follows the code blocks. You see this piece of stone that follows each and every action and everything. The ability to right-click on that to insert something. So let's go ahead and grab like an entity action, and then let's say I wanted to insert this here. The old method, you have to like shift and then right-click on the stone, and it would give you a gap. That's the old way. Let me replace that. So now there's no gap, and if I just simply right-click on the stone while I'm holding the action, it'll insert it right there. Just an easy convenience kind of change. Simple as that. Alright, moving on to number 7 is actually /import map. It will give you the ability to, let's say we have some item frames placed down here in our play area. And I look at these item frames and I did /import map. And then I just go ahead and paste in a link. I click enter. It turns this into an image. Very useful. This can be done at all kinds of different scales. The limit is really only the amount of item frames you can hold on the plot. And yes, there's a limit. But you can get pretty big on these. It just takes longer to load in, bigger you get. But either way, pretty cool change. Very useful. You can even do this on, like one item frame if you wanted to make it a held item. Now they can hold it. Either way, very cool change. Coming in at number 6 is actually a change that I can't really demonstrate to you right now because it's actually broken and not in the current version. I'm in node beta right now, if you couldn't tell. So it's not actually out, but by the time July 1st when 5.2 is out, you will be able to use this, but it's /item. And I can just explain /item to you. You would do /item, but there's nothing here. But either way, so /item, it's going to be reformatting all the item commands. So if we do like /help, and then I go to the item commands, all of these commands are no longer going to be the same. They're all going to be changed to /item and then another command. Like rename is going to be, it's like /item name and then the name. And there's like shortcuts and stuff. Like I think you can just do item n or even just I n, and then that's the new rename command. That's the shortest version that is. And they're going to be, all these things are going to be reformatted. All these ones that start with /item already are just going to be /item and then space tag, space data, space glow, space color, etc. All that kind of stuff's going to be changed. And to touch on the new item commands, there's also going to be slash item whitelist, which will allow you to add, if let's say I'm holding a iron shovel and I do slash item whitelist, and then I do it's either like enable or something. I don't have the command with me, so it's hard to remember because it was only out for like less than a day. But item whitelist, and then you can like add like grass block, and then when I enter that, it will add it to like the things that this shovel can break. So if you have their game mode set to create adventure mode, and then you give them this iron shovel, normally in adventure mode they can't break anything. Now with the iron shovel, they're going to be able to break grass blocks that or whatever else you add to that whitelist. And yeah. The one other item command that's going to be added is slash item give, and then player name. So if someone else is in the same code space as me on the same plot, I can do slash item give, and then it will give them, like if I was holding this grass block, it would give them the grass block. So pretty useful command. All right, now coming in at number 5 is going to be the slash loc command. Let's do slash loc, and then it will tell you right here. There's all kind of different things you can get. First off, to get a location, you can, or a location var, you can just do slash loc get, and then the stack size. So let's just get 1. It gives you a blank location. Actually, whoa, it gives you a location of your current position. And not only am I going to be going over the loc command, but all the changes to location. There's like 3 ones that I'm going to go over right now. Sorry. So basically, there's loc get, and then you can change the command change it. So if you look right now, it's not very centered. Everything's like in decimals randomly. So if I do slash loc center or align, center will put it into the very middle of the block as if I had set it like that. Whoa, lag. As if I set it to like that. Or if I did align, it would just align everything except for like it wouldn't change the Y, basically, I believe. It'll just make it go to like the middle of the block. And then as far as the other ones go, they're pretty self-explanatory, but we have, I'll just read over them. So we got move, and then you can change them all at once. But you can either do move and then select which one you want of these that you want to change, and then the amount that you want to change it by, or you can move each of them with different amounts. And then same thing with loc set, except for you can just set it to a position instead of moving it from its position to somewhere else, if that makes any sense. And then the other big change is, let's just say I set a location right here, and then I wanted to, if I was in like my code and I had no idea where the heck this location was at, I have to shift and then shift and then left click, and it will teleport me to that location. Pretty cool. And the one last thing is plot coordinates. This is the biggest one out of the 3. Basically, world coordinates are no longer in use for location variables in code. I mean, yes, you can use them technically, but location variables are going to default to plot coordinates now. And let's say we do set, or let's say, I don't know, just set coordinate, I guess. And then we put this in here. It would ask for a plot coordinate, or if you wanted to do it in world coordinates. And yeah. Basically, because if you look here, X, let's just teleport to this location. If you look on this, it says the X is 10 and the Z is 13. But if I look on my F3, it's definitely not 10 or 13. It's 2,385 and negative 2,296. Because basically, this is the amount of blocks from that corner in X and Z going this way. So this corner is 0, 0. And if you went all the way down to 0 on the Y, it would also be 0 on here. So that's kind of just how that works. Alright, so the next feature is going to be %index. So let's go ahead and start out by when a player joins. Let's go ahead and set a variable, or let's create a list. Var temp, or let's just call it list. And then let's go ahead and list, and let's do A, B, and C. So list A, B, and C like that. So now we have a list with 3 variables in it, blah, blah, blah. So now whenever I right click, let's go ahead and send a message. And what I wanted to get is the, let's get B. Let's get B. But normally what I would have to do is, do a set var get list value and set a new variable and then send that variable, right? But no, now let's get a text variable out. Let's do %index, okay? Now we're going to start with the list name. What did we do? We did list as the list name, and then we do comma, and then the index we want to get. So for B, it's index 2. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Let's do /play, and then whenever I right click, it sends B. Now another little example that you could do is %random 1, 3, and random gets a random number between 1 and 3, and then we just go ahead and say boom, 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 and it gives us a random letter. Cool. Now we're getting into the final 3 features right here, and for the what the heck is this? Number 3 is going to be var chest inputs. So basically, let's just get a chest right here, and let's say I wanted to, let's just send a message. I wanted to send a message, so I need to get a message variable out, or I can even do, the shortcut /text and then my message. So hello. Now I'm holding my message, and I would normally just go like this and put it in the chest, right? Well, in 5.2, there's an amazing feature. This is the best, well, the 3rd best addition to 5.2. Watch this. Where'd it go? Oh, did it go in the chest? Well, it did. But you saw the thing that happened there, right? Like, it got rid of my item that was in my hand. So let's just go ahead and shift and do it at the same time. You hear the pop sound, but it's also in the chest. So that's kind of how that works. You click it to put it in, and then shift click it to not like remove it from your inventory and still put it in. So yeah, probably one of my favorite additions. You can do it with blocks too. Anything really, you just throw them in there. Alright, so this next feature is extremely useful for soft coding crafting systems, soft coding guns. Everything is so much easier when it comes to item variables now because of this cool new feature. So when someone joins, let's just go ahead and give them an item. Item management, give item. Let's give them a stick. So let's get a stick out, and let's do /item tag, which is when /item is a thing, it's going to be /item space tag, but right now it's /item tag, and then you can see all these different commands. Let's do set, and then the name of the command that we want to do. Let's just do yes. Okay, so that's the name of the tag, and then the value we want to put, which will be 21. Cool. So now we have a tag on this thing. Let's even just here. Let me just show you. /item tag list. It'll give you /item tag list. It'll give you a list of all the item tags that are on there right now, and then I can also do clear if I wanted to get it clear, or remove if I wanted to remove this one. But now we have a thing of 21. Let's hit this chest to put it in like that. So now when we right click, we want to get that tag, right? So let's do item values get item tag, and then var, let's do a temp variable. So temporary, let's shift click to keep the variable, and let's do communication send message, and let's put it in there. So now we need to get the item tag, and we need to specify an item. We're just going to get a game value item, and then main hand item of default. Put it in there, and then we need to, if you look at the requirements here, we need to get specify a tag name. So let's just do text, and the tag name was yes. So let's put that in there. So now this should, whenever we right click, it should return 21. So returns 21. And if we did another item, let's do a stone, and let's do item tag set yes to 69. Put that in there, and then oops, when we right click with the stick, it does 21, and it's 69 with the stone block. Cool. So that's how that works, and I'm sure you guys can use your imaginations to come up with some cool crafting systems and shooting systems. I've already done that, and it's so much easier now. So much easier. Okay, now for the absolute best feature, even better than any new code blog features or anything, better than absolutely everything in this update, probably the best thing to come. Okay, so let's place this a player event. Let's do when the player joins, and then let's say we have just an absolute, absolute ton of code in here. We have a ton of code. Imagine if I coded this and I wanted to use it on another game. Well, let me just go ahead and, I don't know, maybe shift and break this. Oh, it all disappeared, but what is this? I have a new item in my inventory. What? Awesome. So wait, what does this do if I place it? Oh my god. I have all my code in one thing. I can just smack this down wherever the frick I want, just in the middle right here, wherever I need this. I can just throw them down. Super great. Copy and paste, templates, share your code with people, move it around in your code space. Let's say you have your code and then you wanted, you know, like just a section of it. The way you can do this is they are going to improve this later too, but for now what you can do is you can kind of put this there. So this is where you want to like start. You want this code right here. Let's say you want these first 4 actions, and then right here you just need to put a little indent. And then when I break this, it just takes out those 4. I have it right here, and if you wanted to just copy and leave it here instead of cutting, you can put it back, just break that, and then just fill in the space like that, and you're good to go. And then you can just go over here and put the code wherever you want to use it. If I wanted it in the middle of right here, I just put, oh wait, you do need space for it, so we need just 1 more technically. Well, now we have too much, but either way, you put that in, barely enough. Okay, it's a little hard to use, but I'm sure you guys get the point. It's pretty much the coolest feature ever. So with that being said, if you guys have anything that you think I missed as far as features in 5.2 go, or if you think my list was a little stupid and maybe this one should have been higher on the list, then just go ahead and let me know down in the comments and let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, all the normal stuff, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.